Welcome to Locked and Loaded Sports. It's time to lock in, load up, and win big. If you're serious about sports and love cashing in on solid bets, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get to work. In this video, we are breaking down 5 must-target tight ends based on last season's statistics and their current ADP. We are essentially giving you 5 free winning draft picks. By blending historical data, advanced sports analytics, and real-world sentiment, we are delivering the sharpest picks possible to help you dominate your fantasy drafts. And let's be honest, only 2 managers in your league get to walk away with Trey McBride or Brock Bowers on their roster. If you aren't one of them, don't panic. We've pinpointed the top tier of alternative talent that you can draft strategically to gain a massive competitive advantage. If you don't want to burn the top pick on the tight end, then we have your guy. And for our first recommendation at the tight end position, we are breaking down Dalton Kincaid. Right now, casual managers are completely fading him because an injury-riddled season limited his production. His average draft position has plummeted into the late rounds, sitting right around tight end 11 or tight end 12 overall, which means most managers see a fantasy bust. But the advanced metrics see a league winner. Let's pull back the curtain on his underlying efficiency data because last season, Kincaid was the ultimate per route cheat code. When he was out on the field running route, he commanded a target at a mind-boggling 26% rate. That is an elite wide receiver level target earning profile. Even better, he turned those opportunities into a blistering 2.79 yards per route run. To put that into perspective, that led all tight ends with at least 40 targets, and it is the highest efficiency mark we've seen at the position in years. So why is this cost so low? It's simple, bad luck. A lingering knee injury kept his overall route participation under 50%, meaning he was simply trapped on the sideline. But heading into the season, he is fully healthy, and outside of the team's top wide receivers, this passing game is wide open. You are looking at a hyper-efficient former first-round pick heavily projected to operate as a clear-cut top target in a high-powered offense. Because of that injury discount, you can routinely draft Kincaid in the 9th or 10th round, getting top 3 upside that late allows you to load up on elite running backs and wide receivers early. Do not let your league mate scare you off with the injury risk label. The talent is elite, the per-play volume is historic, and his draft price has never been lower. Draft Dalton Kincaid as a massive value and watch him finish as a top 3 anchor. We are getting locked and loaded with Dalton Kincaid. Drop a comment if you are buying the post-hype dip. It helps our channel out a bunch. Our next recommendation is a late-round cheat code for the Los Angeles Chargers. Oronde Gadsden II is the ultimate sleeping giant for your 2026 fantasy drafts. Gadsden is a converted wide receiver built like a literal tank. At 6'5" and 243 pounds, he runs a blazing 4.59 40 and operates primarily as a massive hybrid weapon out of the slot. As a rookie last season, he quietly went off for nearly 700 yards and 3 scores, even taking home a Rookie of the Week honor. When the Chargers needed clutch plays over the middle, Justin Herbert consistently looked Gadsden's way. So why is his draft price so low right now, sitting all the way down around tight end 18 or tight end 19 overall? Simple. LA brought in veteran David Njoku this offseason, and the casual fantasy managers panicked. They think Gadsden is getting buried on the depth chart, but they are dead wrong. This offense desperately needs explosive pass catchers, and Gadsden's elite yards per route run means he will be heavily on the field in creative multi-tight end sets. Because of that panic discount, you can routinely draft him in the double-digit rounds, getting that type of high-upside slot receiver with a tight end designation that later allows you to load up on elite running backs and wide receivers early. We're getting locked and loaded with Oronde Gadsden. Please remember to smash that like button. We appreciate you. Our next tight end to highlight is perfect if you are hunting for league-winning upside in a high-octane offense undergoing a massive target shakeup. In Green Bay, Jordan Love is missing primary perimeter weapons after the team parted ways with Romeo Doubs and Dontavion Wicks this offseason. That leaves a massive volume vacuum in the middle of the field, and the player best positioned to exploit it is third-year monster Tucker Kraft. Before a devastating knee injury cut his season short in Week 9, Kraft was performing like an absolute superstar. He racked up nearly 500 yards and 6 touchdowns in just an 8-game stretch, flashing an elite ability to turn short dump-offs into massive chunk plays. On a per-route basis, his 2.33 yards per route run proved he was one of the most efficient tight ends in football, a 6'5" after the catch weapon defenses couldn't bring down in single coverage. The reason you get a massive discount on Kraft right now is pure crowd panic. Mainstream managers are fading him because they are terrified of his late-season recovery timeline and the presence of Luke Musgrave. On conservative platforms like ESPN, his average draft position has plummeted past pick 110, dropping him to tight end 12. Expert consensus places him right around tight end 6, yet casual drafters assume he will be trapped in a messy committee or start the year on the shelf. That massive gap between consensus ranking and casual draft cost is your ultimate draft edge. You can routinely steal craft in the 10th or 11th round while your league panics over old medical reports. And getting a player with legitimate top 5 upside that late is the ultimate prize for your roster. We are getting locked and loaded with Tucker Craft. This content is totally free, and so is hitting the subscribe button. Please do, and thank you. Now we are focusing your attention on a late round lottery ticket that if it hits, you can break your draft wide open, and if it doesn't, you can easily replace this player in week 2 or 3 after the dust settles. But we are confident the Browns tight end, Harold Fannin Jr., should be on your target list. Mainstream managers are completely ignoring the fact that as a rookie last season, Fannin defied all expectations by commanding 108 targets, hauling in 72 catches for 731 yards and 6 touchdowns. He quietly finished as a high-end tight end 7 in fantasy scoring, proving he is already an elite point earner at the position. He currently sits on top of the Browns depth chart as their tight end one. The reason you get such a massive value discount on Fannin in draft rooms right now is pure crowd hesitation. Casual drafters look at Cleveland's complicated quarterback situation and the arrival of highly touted rookie wide receivers, assuming Fannin's targets will naturally dry up. But they are completely missing the strategic shift. The Browns hired tight end friendly play caller Todd Monken as head coach, a system historically notorious for feeding hyper-athletic tight ends in space. Fannin's average draft position has settled right around pick 95, letting you draft him as late as the 8th or 9th round. Stashing a proven top 7 talent that late gives you a dominant edge over your league mates. We are getting locked and loaded with Harold Fannin Jr. We hope you like us because we like you. Hit that button. Thanks a million. For our last recommendation, we are turning our attention to a guy who usually doesn't need any convincing to draft. Under normal circumstances, he is a locked-in, early round priority, but because of a major injury timeline, you are getting an absolute gift in your draft rooms. That man is the unrivaled efficiency king, George Kittle. In San Francisco, heavy run blocking duties drag his route participation down to 62%. But the moment he runs a route, he becomes a devastating weapon, leading all active veteran tight ends with an astounding 2.15 yards per route run last season and creating explosive chunk plays at an unmatched rate. The reason you get a massive discount on Kittle right now is pure crowd panic. He suffered a torn Achilles during a January playoff win over the Eagles, causing casual managers to completely fade him. However, medical updates reveal a best-case scenario tear near the soleus muscle that required no screws or anchors. Early June reports show Kittle is well ahead of schedule with 0 setbacks, already executing single-leg hops and jogs on the sideline during OTAs. He expects to be dominant on the field well before November at the absolute latest. This injury hesitation has dropped Kittle's average draft position right into the 5th round as the tight end 6 or 7 off the board. Securing a player with overall tight end 1 upside that late is a massive tactical advantage, allowing you to bypass the top tiers and stack elite talent early. We are getting locked and loaded with George Kittle. That wraps up another breakdown here on Locked and Loaded Sports. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest sports analysis and betting insights. More picks, more locks, and more action is coming your way. That's all for now. Stay sharp, stay ready, and get locked and loaded.